Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, September 8th of 2024. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create sustainable environment in a peaceful world. Our topic for today is setting boundaries, establishing boundaries to protect the inner child. Now, does that mean the child that is the inner child that comes up and just wants to be playful and wants to have fun? Yes, but what we're going to do in this one, we've kind of on the last couple of weeks been going back and forth. We went to our future self and then we went to our past self and we did some integration of all of the parts of ourselves so that we can move forward into an era of peace, living in peace and compassion, somewhat seamlessly. We're at a place that kind of came up of, oh, here's a place can use some extra support and attention, is going back to that inner child, to the times where she or he felt like they needed protection and that protection wasn't there. Where, we can go back now as the knowing self, the knowing adult self, and say, hey, wait a minute, right? We're going to set some boundaries here. We're going to take up for this child. We're going to put the support around her and let her know, or him know, that she is supported and she is cared for and she is protected and she is valued and she is worthy of that protection. We have two love hormones that are given to the female body or to the body, right? To the human body. We have the oxytocin, which most of us know about. It's the love hormone that, where a mother can give birth and go through all of that pain and then look at this child and see the absolute overwhelming love and beauty. And I know that men can feel that as well, except for the childbirth part. But they can also feel that overwhelming love from that oxytocin. The other love hormone is the vasopressin. And the vasopressin is like the mama tiger that says, oh, you harm a hair on the head of this child of mine and I will take you out, right? I mean, and so we're not going to advocate going to take anyone out or hurt anyone or fight or kill or anything like that. But just to bring that strength and that fierce protection to the child, right? And this means traveling back to a time and saying, no, wait a minute, this is my child, back off of her, stay away from her. I am protecting her and I'm going to let her know that she is valued, she is loved, she is cared for. And I want to give a little warning here. If you are a person who has had severe trauma in your childhood, I'm going to ask that you take extra special care of yourself. If I don't want you to go into any re-traumatization pattern here. So I'm going to ask that if that's the case for you, that you be look at your surroundings of where you are right now, so you don't go back into any like a dissociative space. But look at your surroundings where you are right now, and just see something that will remind you, I am here right now, and I can hold on to that. Something that you can reach out and touch, the arm of the chair or a statue or something on your table, something that you can, or a book that you can hold that says, I am here, I'm here right now, and I am in this space, and I am safe. And of course, we're going to call on all the angels and everything for support and for safety. If you find yourself reliving an experience, just distance from that, right? And take this as something that is conceptual, because it can work there too, right? We don't have to relive the past. We don't have to go into the trauma. The point of this is to be with that child, and we can make it a nebulous time or a nebulous feeling of all of the conglomerations of when she or he felt unsafe and needed somebody to, whether it was a kid making fun of them at school or, anything, a sibling who took away their toys, whatever, just where we come in. It doesn't have to be the big T trauma. It can be the little T traumas, that where we can step in and say, hey, wait a minute. She has a right to her sovereignty. She is a brilliant spark and a light, and she is worthy of her safety. And I am here to protect and preserve that safety for her. And I'm like, you're out of here, right? Back off. So that's the energy we want to bring. And we want her to feel that, or him to feel that, the child. And what this does is when they feel it inside, so that they feel it, and this is inside of you, right? It's a part of you that lives inside of you. And then we'll like anchor that feeling into that part of you that missed it. And really let yourself feel that, and then like bring that to grow up inside of you through all of the ages of yourself and stages of yourself, so that integrates into who you are right now, so that you feel that valued, protected, you feel that safety, you feel that worthiness, and that just that your birthrights are real. Right? Your birthrights are real. You can stand up for yourself. You can have what you need in order to preserve your space, to take up the space that you're here to take up. And it's like when we integrate that, right? We want to just make it a matter of fact way of being. Like the poem I use in my classes, the grass is green, the sky is blue, the sun is bright, and you are you. So it's not a fight. It's just a matter of fact that yes, you are valuable. Yes, you are worthy. Yes, you are the brilliant spark that you're created to be. You are a being of light, and you deserve to be honored and respected and cared for and protected at every stage of your life. And it just is what is, and you can live in joy. You can live in a place of peace and joy. So that's where we're going today. So again, if you missed it, if you've got something in your space, just in case you start to go into a dissociative place, if you've had trauma before, have a book or something that you can hold, that you can say, this is right here, right now in this space, and I can hold this, and I am here. I am not like dissociating or going into reliving a past experience. And we can make it, again, nebulous, so that for just the conglomeration of all of the parts of self that felt unsafe, unprotected, we're here to give a different message to those parts of the self and bring that to integrate into who we are today. That's where we're going. So let's go ahead and come into our circle. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. And the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you, we ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. As pure divine light is illuminating, it is healing, it is cleansing, it is purifying. So just imagine, if you will, and bring all of the parts of yourself to face this light. And let this light shine on you. Let this light touch into your skin and penetrate through your pores. Absorb this light into your tissues. And let this light, as it is absorbed into your body, just let it move through your nervous system, cleansing, purifying. Your nervous system is like your electrical system of your body. And this light, this pure divine light, is like the electrical system of our universal consciousness, our universal body. And so as this light comes through, yeah, just let it come through. And as you inhale, just draw that in through your pores and through your tissues and all the way into the core of your body. Right? And let it meet with the core light that runs through the top of your head and through the core of your body and all the way along the front of your spine and all the way to your base. Right? You might want to just upright your spine and lengthen your spine and align that vertical core to be like a straight line through your body, and just Feel that light that comes in through the top of your head and runs through the front of your body, halfway front to back, halfway side to side, filling the core of your body with this pure divine light. And as you inhale this light from around you, let it come through your pores and through your tissues, absorbing it into all of your tissues and fluids and your bones and everything, and meeting that core light at the very center of your body. And call to all the parts of yourself, all the cacophony of selves, as Neil Douglas Klotz says in his book, Sufi Book of Life. And inhale all the parts of yourself into this vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. As you land into your pelvic bowl, just lean into this vertical core, into this space along the front of your spine. Lean into that space and just let yourself be like in a gentle waterfall where this pure light vibration is moving through you. And it's also being absorbed until there is no inner light and outer light. There is only one light. Like you have a light of a candle and you take it and you light another candle. You've got one light, but two candles. And here you bring them together, and once again you have two candles, one light. So just let the outer light meet the inner light radiate to the outer light. There is one light, and your entire being, all of your cells, tissues, and everything are absorbing this light and vibrating with the vibration of this light. And let that light cleanse, purify, and illuminate whatever your angels and guides are here to support you with today. And let's just make a call directly to the angels, the prophets, the saints, the perfected ones, the guides, the healers, the helpers, all of your support team in the unseen realms. Let's call on them and just ask for their support. Ask for them to support your healing process. To heal means to make whole. And when we are healing, we are like bringing healing to the parts of ourselves that have been perhaps fractured or segmented, to bring them back into wholeness, to integrate with the core of the being, of your being, so that you can operate as one straight, seamless, whole being, an integrated self. And again, let's thank them for their presence. And let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love. And just imagine, feel this, perceive this unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle. And it's coming right into this space right in front of you. And just let yourself feel this pure love. You can turn your heart center to face into the center of the circle, like a funnel of energy from the front of your heart space, and let it just tip up slightly, and let this gentle waterfall of unconditional love flow into your heart. And fill your heart with pure love. This is a love that is not based in the conditions that we, through our humanity, place on love. Love does not care about conditions, only the human beings do. So if there are any of those conditions hanging out in your heart space that will block the flow of love, just let those places receive the love too. Let the love flow around them, surround them, love them too. As it makes its way into the center of your heart, you can use your breath so that your heart space is like a breathing portal, and you're breathing in this unconditional love in through your heart center. And as you exhale, let that release. And with your next inhale, let it flow in deeper into the center of your heart. And again, just note your position. Upright your spine, lengthen your spine, and lean into that vertical core. And as you inhale this pure, unconditional love in through your heart center, just let it flow into the core of your body and just be there like the sponge, right? Like the sponge. And absorb this waterfall of unconditional love as it flows into the core of your body. And continue to absorb this unconditional love into every cell of the sponge of your body until you become completely hydrated, satiated, saturated with pure unconditional love. And again, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion as you receive this pure divine light, unconditional love. As you exhale, let yourself drop down and land into this ocean of compassion. Compassion where you are held, where you are loved, where you are cared for, where you are completely and totally accepted as you are, all of the parts of yourself held in love and compassion. Nothing needs to be fixed first before you can be loved, before you can be held in compassion, before you can be accepted and nurtured, cared for, cherished. And let yourself just feel yourself being held in love and compassion, nurtured, cared for, protected, cherished. I love the word cherished. Let yourself, as you're held in this womb of compassion, feel yourself held and feel yourself being cherished. Let's see if you can just invite your consciousness to feel, what does that feel like to be cherished? You know that you are cherished. You are cherished. You are cherished. There is a divine force that is all-knowing and understands the bigger picture of what we're playing out on this earth plane and really gets it more than we could possibly know, and holds the big picture, the whole thing in love and compassion. It is the support team that really cares for us and does not live in the fragmentation that we live in here, in this holographic experience, but lives in the wholeness, the unity of pure unconditional love. And this love is a love that cherishes, that completely understands and accepts everything. So just let go of as my teacher used to say, do not ask why or what. Receive that love, because that love is so healing. And that love with it, when you receive it into your body, you can begin to understand perhaps a bigger picture. It doesn't even matter in this moment, because what is important is to let yourself feel what it feels like to be cherished, to be loved, to be understood, to be cared for, and to be protected. So let's make a call out to our source right now. With the help of all of the angels, prophets, saints, healers, helpers, guides, teachers, all who are on your support team, just ask that any of those places that may be hanging out inside of you, the energies, those places that might have something in the field that's a little stuck there, that's not serving your highest good anymore, that you don't need to have there, that's just like it's done its job and it can go. Let's ask for their help and support in letting that go, releasing that from your field and from your psyche. Any of those, as the poet Rumi says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So for those places in you, those blocks and barriers that don't understand, sometimes we want to hold on to them because we want to understand. Sometimes once we let go of them, the understanding comes. So if you can just say, like, okay, whatever is here that is not in the highest, supporting my highest good right now, let that go. And trust them. If you need it, it won't go. But if you don't need it, if it's blocking your understanding, blocking your receptivity, blocking your integration of self into one that can really hold the love and the knowledge of the love, right? With that love comes knowledge and wisdom. So let those blocks and barriers go. And again, just let yourself be infused with unconditional love. And let's call on the divine protector. The protector and Al-Hafiz, the protector, Al-Hafiz, that supporter, protector, Al-Muhaymin. These are divine names that the divine powers of protection and support that protects and preserves. You call on those and just let those vibrations, right? Everything is energy, everything is vibration. Let that vibration, just invite that vibration into the core of your body, right? It already lives in the core of your body, just like the light that comes from the outer and the inner and meets. Fall on it from the outer to be like tapping the tuning fork, right? So it comes in, it taps the tuning fork, and it awakens the knowing from within you, right? Because often we think we will say, how would we know what that feels like when we haven't experienced it? But the thing is, you know what it feels like to have the lack of it. And because you can sense it, right? You have an innate knowing inside yourself that you can feel when things are off. And that same part of you that can feel when things are off can also sense when things are on, which tells you that inside of yourself, at the core of your being, you have the knowledge of this. You know the feeling of it. You embody the experience of it. You embody the existence, the vibration, right? That vibration that is the existential power of it. It is inside of you. It's your reference point. It's your inner compass. So as we call on the divine power of protection and support and preservation, just let that come in, right? So you feel it in your body as best you can, or you sense it in whatever way you do. And if you don't sense it, that's okay. See if you can trust and let it tap the tuning fork at the core of your body to awaken that divine power of protection, preservation, and support from inside of you. And feel it strengthen through your inner core. Feel that strength come into your inner core. And let that Just exist at the core of your body. You really feel it. Let it anchor all the way down into your pelvic bowl, like into your center of gravity at the center of your pelvic bowl, right? You have that place right at the center, halfway front to back, halfway side to side, just beneath your belly button. It is your center of gravity. If you do like slightly engage your lower abdominal muscles there, you feel that core strength in you. And let that sense of protection, support, let it anchor into that center, sacral center. And again, that's like that, if you do any kind of movement or dance or sports, you have that place, that center of gravity that you can move from and really like move your whole body. And it's that like that Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down center of gravity. Let this protection, support, preservation really stabilize in that core and fill the whole core of your body along your spine. So it like anchors into that center of gravity, grounds into your hips and your pelvic bowl and upright through your spine. So you feel that support, really supporting and aligning the physical core of your body. And just feel that strengthen you physically, like physically strengthening your body. And if there's like something in your heart that wants to move, you can do some gentle tapping or a light circle around your heart space to loosen that up, let that tension go from your heart space, and really let that strength, and use your breath, right? Use your breath and bring some sound in through that space as well. Just feel into maybe an M sound, like the humming sound, and let that move along your core, and that move along your core, that let that vibration resonate along your core. Really let that support and protection come in and strengthen the core of your body. And now just take a deep breath. Any clutter that wants to release, blow that out. And from this place, just tap into that child, the child that lives within you. And just, if there's a conglomeration, if you dealt with a lot of trauma in your life and you feel like it'd be better to just go with the general conglomeration of that sense of not being protected, go there. If you're drawn to a specific place and you feel like you can go there and be protected, then you're welcome to go there. You can call to just all of the times that this child felt like she or he needed protection and needed support, and that support wasn't there. Just go bring this core being of yourself that feels strengthened and supported and protected. Let's just go and bring this to her, right? And I say go, but don't leave your body. Stay where you are, anchored in the core of your body. Just imagine that you are with her or him. You are holding and supporting her or him. And well, it's a time to call on that vasopressin, that hormone of the vasopressin that is the mama tiger, to bring that in and to just like, be with her in her space and do anything that is breaching her boundaries that she has every right to, or he, anything that is moving beyond and threatening her space. This is time to bring the vasopressin, the mama tiger, the daddy tiger, and say, it's like really take up that space with her with this protective energy, or him, with that protective energy, and set that clear boundary around this child and bring through your strength, bring it through. And it's time to say no, a really firm, strong no. It's okay to say no, to protect yourself, to protect your child, to protect the child within you. So we're going back to where she or he was at this time. We're putting that boundary around and we are saying, no, you will not harm this child. You will not hurt this child's heart. And push all of that out from beyond that boundary. Don't let it in. And in fact, push it out beyond that boundary. And let her know you are cared for. You are protected. You are valued. You are a pure spark, a brilliant light. You are loved. You are cherished. You are protected. You are supported. And really invite her to take this in. I will not let you be harmed. You are safe. You are protected. You are cared for. I am here with you. And let her feel and really take in the experience of this protection, this mama tiger energy. And let her take it in so she can feel that. You are worthy of love, honor, respect, no less than that, from anyone, ever, including yourself. Any of that negativity that's hanging out in her field, in her subtle energy body, just moving that out beyond the boundaries and asking the angels and the support team to release that completely from her subtle energy body. And strengthen her core light. And give her that, just turn to her or him with this energy and this strength, protection, support. That mama tiger, daddy tiger energy that says you are loved, you are cherished, you are protected, you are valuable beyond what you could know. And I am here with you. Even if your parents were not there and your mind can't quite go there, be that parent for this child now and let her feel it, or him. And invite this child to take it into the cellular consciousness this feeling of being protected, valued, cared for, cherished, supported. And let her take it into her core. And just let that just purge out any of those other things and let the angels take anything that tells her differently. Let them take it out of her field so she can feel supported, feel loved, feel cared for, feel valued. Let her take it in completely. And as this child lives inside of you, let this transformed energy move up through all of the layers of your being, all of the stages, all of the ages of your being, and just kind of like restructuring the building blocks of your core self as if this protection, this value, this support was there all along, and it's adding this strength to the building blocks of the core of your being. You are valued. You are cared for. You are loved. You are protected. You are supported. You have a right, a birthright to protect and preserve yourself and your space. And all of this is completely integrated. Let's let it be integrated into the core of your body. This strength, support, and know that you are worthy of love, honor, and respect, no less than that, from anyone, anywhere, including yourself. So any of those self-talk, self-judgment, self-doubt, just let that be released from your body, from your subtle energy body, from your consciousness, wherever it may be held in your body. Just let that go. And let this knowledge, right, this knowledge of this strength and support and protection, let it fill the core of your body. Let it transform you from the inside out. As it fills your cores, let it reverberate into all of the cells of your body. This knowledge, this feeling, this experience of protection, of support, of value, of love, being cherished, being respected and honored. Use your breath. Again, feel any places of constriction in your body. Let's use your breath and bring that breath into that space. Let it expand. And as you exhale, just blow out any of the constriction. And let this space be filled with that protection, that support, that value, that love, that cherishing. And let yourself receive that and be transformed from the inside out. Again, you might want to upright your spine, lengthen your spine, and let it move freely through your vertical core, anchoring into your body. Kun Faya Kun, be, and it is. And just let this knowledge of this value that you hold, this worthiness, this love that is an integral part of your entire being, just let that like waft through your whole being and through your heart, and feel you are loved, you are honored, you are respected, you are cherished, you are cherished, you are valued, and you are protected and preserved and supported and cared for. You're not alone ever. You've got an incredible support team that is here to hold you, to support you, to protect you. We have free will, so we have to ask, we have to give them permission for that guidance, for that support, and put our trust. But let this, like this vibration, right? Because we are templated by vibration. We feel vibes. The subtle energy body is more perceptive than we give it credit for. We revere the mind because the mind is really, it is a protector, but the subtle energy body really like tunes into what is true and what is real. So let your subtle energy body really take in this vibration, this knowledge completely into like every fiber of every being as the subtle energy body integrates into your physical being. Let the consciousness, right, that inhabits every cell of your body, let it be infused with this knowledge, this strength of this knowledge of protection, of support, of cherishing, of love, of value, of being cared for and protected. Just let that reverberate through every cell. Let it like anchor into the consciousness of every cell of your body, all the way from your bones, your connective tissues, your fluids, your organs, your nervous system, the whole, your circulatory system. So it's circulating throughout all of your body, delivering this knowledge, the nourishment that comes through this knowledge, this vibration of this protection, this strength, this cherishing, that mama tiger vasopressin energy, that hormone that says, I care for you. I will not let anyone harm a hair on your head. You are worthy. You are valued. You are cherished, truly cherished. Let that move through your whole body, taking that in a conscious way through every cell of your entire being. And take a full and gentle breath, breathing all the parts of yourself into your core. And as you exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl. Center in that center of gravity. Lengthen your spine, right? Lean into your spine, into that vertical core at the center of your body, halfway front to back, halfway side to side, and be. Let you be it be you. Merge with that vibration and be. Kun faya kun. Be and it is, be and it is, be and it is. All right. And with that, I'm going to wrap up our recording and open for our Q&A. If you need any support or want to share any ahas, the floor is open for you. If you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. When you're there, sign up to receive the reminders and the replays for these events. When you do, you receive 2 free gifts. One is just a 1-sheet download that is a reminder of who we are, what this Earth journey is about, why we're here, helps us to keep things in perspective and to know that we are loved and honored and cherished. And then the other is a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation that I hope you'll make a part of your daily practice to help you to just tap into that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is what and who you are at the core of your being. All right, and with that, if you still feel like you need to get into your body a little more, you can move your arms, circle your wrists, and stretch out your fingers. Same with circle your ankles and stretch out your toes and really feel your presence in your body on the earth. We do not do the meditations where we go away and then come back. We do them from the body and anchor into the body because we are here to be the change we wish to see in the world. And when we bring ourselves into alignment, into inner harmony, tapping into our core vibration that is aligned with the laws of nature, this is when we can transform ourselves, our habits, our daily lives that create the sustainable environment and a peaceful world, because we're living in harmony with ourselves, with humanity, with all of nature and all of life on the planet, animals, plants, minerals, metals, water, air, earth, fire, all of it. Okay, we are one. All right, and with that, I thank you very much. Opening now for the Q&A.